English winners, this is a short video that I'm going to tell you about how to measure and gauge your progress when it comes to the skill of listening in English. So how do you feel about listening in English? I'm sure some days you feel very good. Maybe you understand most of what is being said around you. Other times, you don't feel so good. Maybe you get frustrated. It's like, why do I feel like I don't understand anything? Just yesterday, I was feeling really good. What happened? Did I get worse while I was sleeping? Well, the answer is no, you didn't. Listening skill can be measured in many ways, and I think that sometimes, because this has happened to me, you have not been measuring your listening skills the same way each time. You see, if you use one standard of listening skill on one day and then a different standard on a different day, it's going to feel like you're failing one day and succeeding the next. So here is a good way to measure your progress with listening. The first situation you need to measure yourself on is one-on-one conversations. If you're talking to somebody and they are talking to you about something that both of you are experiencing, like the weather or work or feelings in the moment, you can measure your listening skill by that standard. Situation number 2, you are talking in a group. Now, in this group, multiple people are talking, and it's not always about something that you are experiencing in the moment. It might be plans. It might be stories related to the people in the conversation. But this time, it is not something that affects you. But you want to participate. You want to add your advice, and you want to show that you understand the other person. This is a totally different situation than one-on-one, and so there is a higher level of difficulty. So if you're measuring your listening skill by a group conversation on one day, and then you're measuring your skill based on a one-on-one conversation on a different day, you're going to feel like you're doing better, doing worse, doing better, doing worse. It's going to feel different all the time. Okay, let's go to the third situation. So third situation, maybe you're watching a movie, right? Or you could be sitting in a restaurant or waiting in line for a taxi, and you're listening to other people have a conversation. Now, you did not hear the beginning of this conversation, and you did not hear the end. You are somewhere in the middle, and the topic of this conversation has nothing to do with you. You're simply listening to what other people are saying about their lives or about different ideas. This is probably the hardest thing, the hardest way to measure your skill in listening. And to be brutally honest, most English speakers don't fully understand 100% of what they hear in these situations, because you need context. You need to know what happened in the beginning. You need to know what happened at the end, so that way the conversation makes more sense to you. So there's your 3 situations. One-on-one. The situation is about you and maybe the other person. Number 2, group. You're talking in a group of people, but the conversation is not about you. And third, the conversation has nothing to do with you or anybody you know, and you're listening to 2 other people, and they might not even know you are listening to them. You need to measure all 3. Right now, I'm learning Korean. And in one-on-one conversations, I understand about 15% on a good day. That's a very good day for me, 15%. Situation 2, group situation, I'm more like 5 to 10%. And with situation 3, eavesdropping on a conversation, I'm more like 2 or 3%. And so if I think, oh, I'm only 2 or 3%, I'm so bad at Korean, then I'm not going to feel very good and I'm not going to practice as much. But if I think, okay, in one-on-one situations, on things that directly concern my life, I'm about 10 or 15%. That's not bad for only 4 or 5 months of lessons. So I'm going to keep learning, and that skill level is going to keep going up. And if I keep paying attention to each of those 3 skill gauges, then I will be able to continue to improve without letting myself down or feel disappointed. Now here is the good news. You may only need to understand 80 to 90% of the situations 1 and 2. That is one-on-one conversations where someone is talking directly to you about something in your life right now, and group conversations where you need to understand what other people are saying about related topics but not connected to you. If you can understand those 2 situations about 80%, 90%, then you can travel, you can live, you can work, you can do pretty much everything related to doing well in the English-speaking world of business and moving to a new country where people speak English. You can do just fine. But if you want to get to like 90, 98% in that third situation, like watching a movie or eavesdropping on another conversation, then it's going to take you more time. But the good news is getting to 80 or 90% in situations 1 and 2 take far less time than you might think. And so this should be encouraging. This should make you very, very happy. Next time when you're gauging your skill level, think, am I doing 40%, 50%, 90% in situation 1, one-on-one conversation? What percentage are you, 20, 40, 80% situation 2? And what percentage are you on situation 3, where you're eavesdropping on a conversation? If you can tell me where you are on each of those 3 situations in the comments below, I would love to hear that. Let me know what you want to improve on. Please subscribe to the video and share it with your English-speaking friends so that we can all learn and win at English together.